the story of the Amazon rainforest. A journey through time, challenges, and hope. Millions of years ago, in the heart of South America, a majestic expanse of trees, rivers, and wildlife began to take shape. This was the birth of the Amazon rainforest, the world's largest and most biodiverse tropical forest. Covering approximately 5.5 million square kilometers, this forest plays a critical role in regulating the planet's climate and is home to millions of species, some yet to be discovered. The Amazon, often called the lungs of the Earth, has faced a complex history, marked by periods of harmony, exploitation, and ongoing struggle. The beginning of a majestic land. During the ancient Jurassic period, the Amazon rainforest evolved into the dense, vibrant ecosystem we know today. Over millions of years, it became a rich habitat for plants, animals, and the indigenous people who lived in close connection with the land. These indigenous tribes possessed deep knowledge of the forest, relying on it for food, medicine, and shelter, and living in harmony with its delicate balance. The forest flourished, with rivers winding through it, sustaining diverse flora and fauna. For centuries, the Amazon remained relatively untouched, but the world beyond its borders was changing. As European explorers ventured into South America, the dense green canopy was revealed. What was once a symbol of life began to be viewed by outsiders as a vast, untamed land ripe for resource exploitation. The beauty and wonder of the rainforest were soon overshadowed by the economic allure of its natural wealth. The era of colonization and exploitation, the Amazon's story took a darker turn with the arrival of European colonists. The forest was no longer seen as a paradise, but as a wilderness to conquer. Over time, its resources were extracted, beginning with individual trees. Rubber, timber, and other natural materials were harvested with little regard for sustainability. As more people arrived for mining and farming, the delicate balance that had existed for millennia began to shift. Although the forest continued to thrive for centuries despite exploitation, the growing global demand for goods, particularly in the 20th century, intensified the need for land and resources. Forests were cleared for agricultural development, and increased logging and cattle ranching led to large-scale deforestation. The precious biodiversity of the forest began to diminish at an alarming rate, and the environmental impacts became increasingly evident. The present struggle, deforestation and its impact. Today, the Amazon rainforest is under severe threat. What was once a place of abundant wildlife and biodiversity has become the epicenter of a global struggle for survival. The forest now faces a major battle against deforestation, driven by agricultural expansion, logging, and infrastructure development. Land has been cleared for years for the production of soybeans, palm oil, and cattle grazing. Entire swaths of forest are destroyed to make room for crops, with devastating consequences. This large-scale deforestation not only affects the forest itself, but also contributes to the global climate crisis. Trees that once stored carbon dioxide are now burned, releasing harmful gases into the atmosphere. The forest, once a carbon sink, is now contributing to rising global temperatures. Wildfires, once rare in the Amazon, have become increasingly common, exacerbated by climate change and prolonged droughts. As the forest burns, precious species are lost forever, and the fragile ecosystem teeters on the edge of collapse. One of the greatest tragedies of this destruction is the loss of biodiversity. The Amazon is home to over 10% of the world's known species. From vibrant poison dart frogs to elusive jaguars, the Amazon is a treasure trove of life. Deforestation leads to the extinction of species with nowhere else to go. The forest is losing its rich genetic diversity, and once healthy ecosystems are being replaced by barren, cleared land. The Amazon is not just important for its biodiversity, it is essential for the world's climate. The trees store vast amounts of carbon, helping to mitigate climate change. When the forest is destroyed, that carbon is released, accelerating global warming. The Amazon's role in regulating the water cycle is also crucial, influencing rainfall patterns in South America and beyond, contributing to global weather stability. The people and the Amazon. Indigenous struggles and global concerns. The indigenous tribes of the Amazon have always been the guardians of the forest. For generations, they have lived in harmony with the land, relying on it for their survival. Today, these communities are under threat. Their land is encroached upon by farmers, loggers, and oil companies, and their way of life is being disrupted. Indigenous groups have fought fiercely to protect the forest, often finding themselves in conflict with powerful interests. These communities are the frontline defenders of the Amazon, fighting not only for their survival, but for the survival of the forest itself. They understand that their well-being is inextricably linked to the health of the Amazon. Around the world, people are recognizing the urgency of protecting the Amazon. Activists, scientists, and concerned citizens are urging governments to take action. The fight to save the Amazon is not just about environmental preservation. It is also about justice. The future of the forest depends on the rights of indigenous people, the enforcement of environmental laws, and the support of the global community. The future of the Amazon, a ray of hope. Despite the grave threats facing the Amazon, there is hope. Conservation efforts are underway, and there are increasing calls for sustainability. The fight to protect the Amazon is gaining momentum, with more people demanding that governments and corporations take responsibility for the destruction of the rainforest. Reforestation is a promising initiative. Groups are working to restore cleared areas of the forest. While a daunting task, progress is being made. Reforestation efforts aim to rebuild ecosystems, protect biodiversity, and ensure the Amazon continues to function as a vital part of the Earth's climate system. Sustainable development is another key solution. Organizations are advocating for eco-friendly farming practices, responsible logging, and the promotion of industries that do not harm the rainforest. These sustainable alternatives aim to balance economic growth with environmental preservation, ensuring the Amazon continues to provide for future generations. The global community must play a role in the Amazon's future. Governments, corporations, and citizens must work together to protect this irreplaceable resource. Funding for conservation projects, stronger environmental regulations, and the promotion of sustainable business practices are crucial for reversing the damage. Conclusion: a shared responsibility. The Amazon rainforest belongs to the entire world. As the lungs of the Earth, it provides oxygen, regulates the climate, and supports biodiversity that benefits us all. The Amazon's survival is intertwined with the future of our planet, and we must act now to protect it. The story of the Amazon is far from over. It is a tale of resilience, struggle, and hope. The forest has endured for millions of years, and with the right action, it can continue to thrive. The future of the Amazon depends on our actions today. It is up to all of us to ensure this story ends in a triumph of conservation, sustainability, and respect for the planet and its people.